and this is Epic Confections. If you're new here, click that subscribe button for the most hilarious cake decorating tutorial channel on YouTube. Yes. This month is Pride Month. Yay! Happy Pride! Fly that freak flag, y'all. Let your inner freak be free. I will be doing a Pride cake at the end of the month, but this week I wanted to do a beautiful floral print cake. Let's do it! So to start, I printed off this incredible floral print that I just kind of Googled, copied and pasted it into my editing program, and printed it on edible rice paper. It's so pretty and colorful and summery. I love it. So what I'm going to do is just start by cutting out the image, and then I'm going to cut, fill, and stack my cake so that it is the same height as the photo. Let's do it! So I did bake off 4 9-inch round white cakes. Again, I'm just going to level them out, fill them with white buttercream, stack them up. Let's do it. So I haven't filled my cake yet. I just stacked it on my board. Just want to make sure it's tall enough. Oh, it's definitely tall enough. I'm going to have to cut the image down. That's all right. And always remember, at this point, if you do want to add in some filling, you're going to take a regular piping bag and just rim that entire cake, and then you can put in any kind of filling you want, if it's like a custard, fresh strawberries, anything you want. I am not. A little bit of buttercream on my board so the cake doesn't move around. Just filling up my water jug. So I just filled my cheater bag with that plain white buttercream, and I have very hot water and a spatula handy. I'm just gonna start to ice the cake all the way around. Starting at the top, smoothing the buttercream out as best as I can, trying to get a really nice flat surface on the top. I like to hold my spatula sideways and just kind of let the turntable do the work and the spatula do the work, and you should get a really nice even top. And then starting on the sides, smoothing it out. Remember, this will be covered with an edible image, so you don't have to be perfect. But you do want it nice and smooth because you do want that edible image to lay nice and smooth. So if it's rough, you will see where it is rough when you lay that edible image down. So smooth it out. Smooth it out. So I'm not happy with this at all. So I know exactly what happened here. I don't know if you all can see it, but it kind of goes into the shape of like a triangle like that. It's not because of the icing, it's because of the cake, because I use different brands of cake pans. So I mean, an 8-inch pan to one company might be a little different than an 8-inch pan to another company. Totally my fault. But to fix that, just kind of step back, look at your cake, and see where you need to add a little bit more buttercream to kind of straighten that out. And that should correct the problem. Hopefully. And then just bringing in that excess buttercream from the top right into the middle. So I'm just going to pop this into the freezer for about 20-25 minutes, take it out, and I'm going to really sharpen up those edges, and then I'm going to measure out my floral print and cut it and stick them on. Let's do it. So whilst my cake is in the freezer, whilst my cake is in the freezer, who says that? Nobody says that anymore. That's your new mission. You have to say whilst once a day. For me, please. That's hilarious. whilst my cake is in the freezer, I went ahead and just cut up a 6-inch round white cake and threw some buttercream on it. And I'm just smoothing it out. We are going to be painting this bad boy gold. I love gold. So this guy you want to try to get as smooth as possible because we are going to be freezing it and then painting frozen buttercream. So when we paint it, you will see any imperfections in the buttercream. So really take your time, be patient, and get this as smooth as possible. I am going to change my water because it needs to be really hot. So I'm going to stick this guy in the freezer for about 20-25 minutes. If you're painting buttercream, you really want it to be nice and frozen. Before I stick it in the freezer though, I am going to damp off any of the excess moisture and water that accumulated from icing it and smoothing it out before it gets into the freezer. So I just pulled my cake out of the fridge. I'm just going to clean up his edges here. So now I cut out my other floral print. I'm just going to hold it up to the cake. And I'm just going to mark it to see where I need to cut so the height is perfect with the top of the cake. I'm just going to cut my other floral print the exact same size. See if this guy lines up. I think he might be a little bigger. I'm just taking a paper towel and cleaning up any moisture that I have at the bottom of the cake. Because when I stick that edible image on, I really don't want it to suck up any of that excess water and ruin the picture. So you're going to want to gingerly peel off the backing. And I find if you're in a really hot room, it's not going to work well. So maybe stick this in the fridge for a couple seconds before you pull off the backing. Because it is very fragile. It's just rice paper, right? Like, look at that. Anyway, stick them on. So once you're happy with your edible image, pop that into the fridge. Just let that edible image get nice and hard. Hard. And then we'll work on our second tier. Let's do it. So I just pulled out my second tier from the freezer. And I'm going to stick him on. I already did dowel this cake. And I'm going to stick him on. Like that. No, I haven't been drinking, I wish. So next we're going to paint this entire top tier gold. I have some gold dust here from L&M Bakers. It is in Toronto. You can hop on their website. I will link it in the description below. It's amazing stuff. I'm just going to mix it with a little bit of vodka. And then we're going to paint this bitch. Let's do it. So I did decide that I'm going to paint the top of that first tier as well, just to kind of blend it all together. Perfect. Beautiful. I love it. So this doesn't go to waste. You'd actually store this just in a cupboard. It will dry up, and when you want to reuse it, throw a little bit more vodka in there and you are good to go. So once you're happy with your cake, I am going to go ahead and stick on some fresh flowers, and then I'm going to put a couple of lovebirds on the top that are flying. So next I bought from the dollar store these really cute little lovebirds. They weigh nothing. And a couple of craft wires. I'm gonna take out 2 of the wires. I'm just gonna wrap it around my finger. Just gingerly. Just like that. And I'm going to stick it right up the little bird. Sorry, birdie. And I'm going to do the same for the other guy. And now we're going to stick them right in here, and we're done. So here it is, guys. here is the Floral Print Cake. I hope you like it. If you like what you saw, click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell notification for new epic videos every single week. Thank you so much to Mariposa Market for sponsoring this video, and I will see all of you next week. Happy Pride! Mwah!